All right, more football. We're getting towards the end of the summer, and we're getting towards the end of our list here. We got a couple more, four more of these top 10 lists of the NFL. As far as that goes, so we got linebackers, cornerbacks, safeties, and then the head coach as well. We're not going to do kickers, top 10 kickers as well, but we're not going to do kickers, safeties, and any of that other stuff. Eventually, like once we start doing daily stuff, we might do that here as well. All right, so who are the 10 best on-ball linebackers? I used to do edge rush, outside linebackers, inside linebackers, off the ball. A lot of teams now aren't doing a base 3-4 or 4-3. They're running like 4-2-5. Nowadays in NFL, frankly, there's less linebackers on the field, more guys throwing the ball as well. Defenses, linebackers, even teams that call themselves 3-4, 4-3 actually have more guys on the field, have more passing on the field, more teams running 3 wide. So linebackers, again, still, though, if you have one of these guys, massive impact for a lot of these guys. Number 10, Devin Lloyd, formerly of the Jags, now of the Panthers as well. This is what you call a tackle machine as well. So Devin Lloyd was really good last year in recent years. So sack and a half last year, 5 interceptions, which is really good. Which one is a guy, this guy actually is very good in the passing lanes and taking the ball away. Going to definitely be playing for the Panthers this year, signed a free agent contract with Carolina. I think that'll absolutely energize him. Who's this contract? Signed a contract, 3 years, $45 million, $25 million bonus. So the Panthers absolutely believe in him as well. I think he's top 10. I think this guy, you got to have guys with interceptions. So a good tackler, but I think guy take the other way. Take some risk at times. So that's interesting as well. Another guy who's really good getting the picks, Ernest Jones of the Seahawks. Seahawks defense, I think, is really good. So I think, again, had a good year last year. Seahawks obviously won the Super Bowl. I thought he had his best season of his career. Can he continue? Again, another guy with 5 interceptions last year off the ball. Surrounded by a lot of good defensive players, which always helps as well. Very good at taking the quarterback. I see him a lot. So not as hard a hitter maybe as you love as well, but very good at taking the ball. He's also to that hybrid guy. You could kind of put him at safety as well. Good versatility. So I do like Ernest Jones here. I have him in the top 10. Number 9. Number 8, Devin White of the Lions. That's right. He's got a Raider helmet on, and he's now with the Lions. Devin White, I think, made his bones for years as a member of the Bucs. So he started in 2019 as well. This guy is blazing speed. That's the thing I think about when I see him. Actually, to get around him, that term with linebackers, you talk about a guy sideline to sideline. That's exactly what he is, sideline to sideline. When you got a guy who can, in the short area, he's gonna gobble you. Kind of reminds me of former Buck Derek Brooks with him. He's just gonna gobble you up. You got a guy in front of him, he's just gonna gobble you up. Great speed, little smallish. That's kind of probably why he's been moving from team to team a little bit as well, because he doesn't fit on every defense everywhere because he is kind of small. But he had a good season last year. I mean, 95 tackles, 1 interception, 2.5 sacks. I think this guy's really good. I definitely like Devin White. Number 7, Nick Bolton for the Chefs. I've been saying this the last couple of years. We talk about how good Chris Jones is on that defense. We've been talking about McDuffie. I think this guy is one of the most underrated players in the entire league. Nick Bolton, I think, is a stud. Definitely too. 108 tackles in 2022. Healthy last year, 73 tackles as well. I think this guy's going to give you 100 tackles. He's a very versatile guy. He could do multiple things. You talk about a guy like Devin Lloyd taking the ball away, and you talk about Ernest Jones taking the ball away, but he's going to get you tackles as well, and he's going to get – it depends on what the game plan does. I think that's why he's underrated. Coaches must love this guy because he can do multiple things right away. So I absolutely love Nick Bolton as a player. I think he's very, very underrated, just a really smart football player, great football instincts, doesn't really miss tackles often. Nick Bolton's really good. I really like Nick Bolton. Number 7 for them. Guys up and comer. Carson Schwesinger was a guy who was a middle round pick, and I usually honestly don't have guys in their second year on. I not often. This guy's a special case. This guy, I think like on a better team, I think he definitely would have been 100 plus tackles. I think this guy's 100 plus tackles waiting to happen as well. Reminds me when I see him, the great Zach Thomas. He knows how to get to the runner. Straight line, cuts to the ball, excellent stuff. Super smart, this guy. Excellent, heady player as well, and hits when he makes impact. He's not just a guy who can get there. He actually can hit somebody as well. I think also, too, got 2 interceptions last year, 2.5 sacks. I don't necessarily think he's a pass rusher, but he's a guy. He's getting tackles also, too, when I see him close to the line of scrimmage. That matters. Sometimes a guy, gets a lot of tackles, but this guy is getting close to the line of scrimmage as well. So he actually helps you run defense that way. Schwesinger, I really like him. Really, really like him. I think he can be number 1 on this list at some point. Jordan Brooks of the Dolphins at number 5. Look, the season he had last year was just completely unbelievable. Over 100 tackles. One of the league leaders in tackles last season. I don't have. He's a tackle machine, period. He's a guy who's going to get a lot of tackles regardless of the situation. 3.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. I think Jordan Brooks is a stud and a half as a player. You need guys like this to win. You need guys like this. Not a lot of good players on the Dolphins. Might be the best player on the whole defense, but definitely a guy who's going to get tackles regardless. Just knows how to do it. Simple and plain. Just knows how to get to the ball carrier. Just knows how to get to the. You're not going to have a Jordan Brooks game where he has 2 or 3 tackles. You're going to know he played. So as well. Now getting to the really elite. Zack Baun, number 4, the Eagles. Look, not quite as good as he was the year before. So I think that's fair to say. Because he kind of came out of nowhere like the year before where he just was really went from just a player to an elite player all of a sudden. So he wasn't quite as good last year. Did have some injuries, but I really still like Zack Baun. Zack Baun, I think, is a complete linebacker. 64 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 2 interceptions. So I think Zack Baun, is right there. If somebody says Zack Baun is the best linebacker in the league, I don't have too big of a problem with that. I think he's a little bit more because I don't think he has the durability of the guys ahead of him. So I think that's the big thing. I don't see 17, 18 games over a long period. But Zack Baun, I think, is a force multiplier. Definitely, too. Jordan Brooks is a tackle machine. This guy's a force multiplier. He's going to attack you and then some. Get some plays, get a turnover, etc. Zack Baun, number 4 for the Eagles. Number 3, our guy, Roquan Smith. Some of y'all are being a little too hard on Roquan, like in terms of him not being really good. Let's just slow down. Okay? Now, he's going to be 29 years old. Did have some issues last year. Didn't have the amount of tackles that we're used to seeing with Roquan. I do think not quite as good. He had a stretch of like 6 weeks where he wasn't the Roquan we've been seeing. But I think the second half of the year, he pretty much was. I think Roquan, I solely believe that this guy is still an elite linebacker, and he's going to be a top 5, top three linebacker. I don't have any questions about it. At times, he's the best in the NFL as well. Not great all the time. There are some times where I think now I've seen him where the impact isn't always there like it once was. So that's a bit of a concern. But I'm not too worried about Roquan. I think, again, does everything well. Great leader. And he's become more of a leader now. I like that. He's the guy now getting everybody fired up for the game. That's really good. I think Roquan, number 3. Number 2, Jack Campbell of the Lions. Campbell's the real deal, guys. I mean, again, hasn't been in the league a long time. He's a guy, this is, I think, his 3rd year. Campbell, but I think Campbell's going to get you. Campbell's going to get to the quarterback side. I think that's the thing you really like about him. He's not just a guy who's just going to get the tackles and get them way lost. He's going to get the quarterback side. He's also going to give you some pass rush as well. I believe he's got the type of ability where he can get 10 sacks, and he's a natural leader on the field as well. Despite the fact that he's not been in the league 8, 9, 7, you can tell he's in charge out there, quarterback of the defense for sure. This was the guy I thought about for sure, quarterback of the defense, when you talk about a guy that's like Jack Campbell, natural guy who's in charge of everything. There's no question who's calling the plays on the defense. There's no question about those things. Jack Campbell is a stud. I think Jack Campbell, I think it's only a matter of time before he's the best linebacker, I think, in the NFL. There's no question about it. But he's not better right now than, I think, number 1, Fred Warner of the Niners. Warner does it all, man. No such thing. There isn't a weakness in his game, period. He's going to get a lot of tackles. He's going to get the ball. He's going to take the ball away. He's going to read the defense. He's going to run the defense. He's not going to miss a lot of time. I think he's one of the better Niners as far as that goes, as far as making time. He's very there's nothing. There's no weakness on it. There's no weakness in him. This is the most impactful. This is the most impactful linebacker, I think, in the NFL. There's no question about it. Fred Warner, number 1 for the Niners.
Open up your ears. I said, down there.
There you go. The Niners. Fred Warner, I think, is really, really good. So this is a guy I think that's really the Niners have a veteran team. We're going to talk about that when we get to the NFL preview. But it's interesting to see. A lot of these guys have been really good for a long time. Can they maintain it in a really tough division? So I think the Niners are going to be really interesting. I think Warner, I think, is still the class of the league. Roquan is still really good, guys. Slap sleeping on Roquan. Roquan is still really good. There's a lot of teams in the league, Raven fans, talking to you particularly right now, that would like to have a Roquan Smith on their football team. He is a top 3 line. I think for a while there, you could say he was 1 or fighting for 1. Okay, not the 3, slipped down a little bit, but you look at guys consistently as good as Roquan Smith in the last few years. There isn't that. So there you go. Roquan, number 3, Fred Warner, number 1, as far as